Hello and welcome to episode 40 of my West Ham United FM15 career. Today it's a big game. It's the Club World Championship final against Cruzeiro, Brazilian team. We're playing in Tunisia, I think. Like I said in the last episode, from now on, my updates for this series will literally be cup finals. But there could be quite a few considering how well I'm doing with West Ham. So of course we've got this game and then hopefully a Capital One Cup final. We've still got the quarterfinal to play, but I'm hoping we can get to the final of the Capital One Cup, and then perhaps the FA Cup, Champions League, that sort of thing. We've played lots and lots of games already this season, but there's a hell of a lot to go. There's going to be some severe fixture congestion by the end of the season. Those of you that know, that have played in the Club World Championship and lots of other competitions at the same time and done well, know that you can get really snarled up at the end and have like 5 league games in the last week or something stupid. We've already had a couple of games called off because of this competition. I was due to play QPR 2 days after this final, but of course we have to get back to England, so I think they've called that one off. So the next game will be in 5 days against Derby. Premier League wise, we are doing very well. We're second in the table, but we have 3 games in hand over Spurs, who are top and only 3 points ahead of us. So if we win all 3 of those, we'll be 6 points clear, and we've only lost 1 game all season, which was against Chelsea. Draw against Man City as well. All the other games we've been pretty comfortable in. Not spectacular. We've scored 35 goals, 1 less than Spurs, but our defence has been incredibly solid. Looking at the player stats, Nottingham Forest have 2 players up there, Assombalonga and Rhodes. I hope I can do that well with Nottingham Forest on my other save in the Premier League. Burrell and Roberts are in that top 5 though, goal scoring wise. Roberts is top average rating, Yuri is 3rd. It's going very well. If we look at my team stats, goals wise, Patrick Roberts 18 goals in 20 starts and 2 sub appearances. He's been insane. Also Burrell has done very well. Origi's had a couple of injuries, and I've played Burrell in a more games this season. He's got 8 league goals in 5 starts and 6 sub appearances, 16 goals in all competitions in 13 starts and 8 sub appearances. He is an insane striker. Now, since the update, my report cards from the assistant manager, that the star ratings have gone really bizarre. Like apparently he can't improve now, despite only being 19. And for some reason, his current ability seems to change all the time. Every time I load up the game again, it's really weird. That's been screwed over, so I'd ignore those if I were you. A lot of my young players just don't have any potential now, despite being really young, which is just odd. Origi has done well. 12 goals in 14 starts and 1 sub appearance. He's going to play in this final. He is my main man up front still, even though Burrell has had a sensational season. But both of them sometimes play on the wings, where I don't really have a huge amount of wingers. Sterling and Roberts are of course 2 incredible players though, and I probably don't need too many wingers because of those 2, unless they get injured of course. Average rating wise, Roberts is top as you'd expect, Burrell 2nd, I think, yeah. Carrasco 3rd, but he's had a severe injury. He's only played 7 games all season. He's been out for a couple months and he's still got about 3 weeks to go, which is a shame. Assists wise, Burrell and Sterling both with 9 are at the top, Roberts and Yuri next with 7. So overall a really good season since I last updated you at the end of the Euro Cup final. I can't remember, end of the transfer window I think. We've won 6-1 against AS Monaco. We've pummeled Arsenal 4-0 and Dortmund 4-0. Beat Dortmund 3-1 there. Spurs, we beat them 3-1. Beat Hull 5-1. Beat Göteborg 5-0 and just won 4-0 in the semi-final against Mazembe. We had about 40 shots despite Poyet being sent off in the first half. We really did dominate despite that. Group stage of the Champions League, as you'd expect, we comfortably sailed through. Let's just have a look. Let's just see. We were top, 16 points. 1-5, drew 1. Dortmund went 3 with us. We've got Garzon and Burrell in the top average ratings there. Burrell top assist as well with 7. He's been really good in the Champions League, especially at setting goals up. So we've got Napoli in the first knockout round, so that's quite a way off, all the way down here. But we should win that one, and I hope we can win every competition this year. That's the aim, I would say. But of course, we have to start by winning the Club World Championship. We've already won the Community Shield and the Euro Super Cup, comfortably so. And this is the team I've gone with in the final. I didn't have much choice really. I've got a couple three injuries. A lot of players were unregistered for this competition because you can't register a huge number of players. Poyet's suspended from that last game. Bures has been really good for me actually this season in central midfield. A young Czech Republic central midfielder. It looks very good. Once again, no potential though, despite only being 20. You'd thought he would be able to improve. So I think that system has been screwed over by the update for whatever reason. Maybe someone can let me know how to alter that. I mean, Koval was on 4-star current ability. He's suddenly dropped down to 2.5 for no apparent reason. A few other players have dropped or gone up dramatically. It's really weird. Never mind. I'll just ignore that because their attributes are still the same. They're still class players. So it doesn't really matter. I'm winning games comfortably. And we should win this final comfortably. I mean, English teams, when they get to this, when they win the Champions League, they often struggle. I think Liverpool have lost it a couple of times. And Man United have, I think, won it once. But they often... Oh, Origi's injured. They often do struggle because, I don't know, maybe they underestimate the opposition. The Brazilian team's often a bit more fresh and more up for it. Despite the English teams or the European teams having stronger teams. But we should win this. We've got a class team. Burrell's come on for... Roberts hits the post. He's come on for Origi. A very good striker, as I've been explaining, and I've got no problem subbing him in for Origi now. He's just phenomenal. And it's a shame that Origi's got injured there. I hope it's not a long-term injury because we need him. We need more than one class. Oh, look at Yuri go. Then he was finally tackled, but it was a good run. Eventually, probably should have got rid of the ball. Bures on a yellow. Ooh, could be a bit dangerous there. Here goes Sterling. Oh, he scores. He hasn't scored many goals for me. That's only his 5th goal of the season. He has been good for me. Been a bit inconsistent, if I'm honest. Roberts has just been consistently brilliant on the right-hand side once again. But Sterling does get the goal there. So it's a landmark episode, episode 40. I don't know how many more there will be this season, depending on cup finals, I guess. Corner, short corner. Roberts sends his man. Oh, Yuri smashes it home for 2 now. Good stuff. And I think if I win everything this season, there's a possibility I'll stop doing regular videos and literally it would just be end of season updates when I've done them. Like, they wouldn't be that often. Because when you've won everything, it's difficult to keep going. There's not anything to play for in a way. And I can see myself winning everything this year. We may not. We may struggle in the finals. Ah, they've scored. There we go. Belmakeda. And this is a Brazilian team. They're going to have good players. So we may find this a bit more difficult than I've been suggesting so far. Bures is on a yellow. I'm going to have to bring him off at half time. Can't risk it. Let's do that. We'll bring on Santos and move Romero into the middle. And I think we'll go counter now. Seems to work for me in recent games anyway. Hope there's still a lot of you enjoying this series. I know I am. Santos has been good this season. He's got a couple goals. Balanta can't quite get it in, nor could Roberts, and it's knocked away eventually. We're deadly from corners. We really are. Here goes Yuri now. Oh, he's so fast and powerful in the middle. I'm not sure he's got particularly good strength, but his pace is just lethal. Oh, what are they doing there? Can't believe it. We're drawing 2-2. That is ridiculous. 2-0 up. I thought, well, we're going to sail this now. And now the game's thrown a spanner in the works for us, making it difficult. They've had 3 shots and they've scored twice, because that's a cock-up from Koval, to be honest. Why didn't he pick that up? That is really odd. We'll still win this, I'm sure. Burrell gets into the box. Roberts scores. There we go, 3-2. Lots of goals for you in this game. He is amazing. Someone asked me how did how is he so good on my game? Well, I trained him up intensely as an inside forward and in many particular attributes, and over a couple of seasons it worked well. He wasn't like a huge star for me at the beginning. He was young, of course. Then I started playing him at the end of the 3rd season, I think, a lot, just towards the end, like the last 10 games, and he was brilliant. And he continued that into the 4th season, and the 5th season was absolutely insane last year, of course, and this season he's been unbelievably good as well. I think Yuri's up for World Player of the Year. That, like, he's been tipped to be a strong candidate anyway. Burrow offside there. Let's make a sub. Gonna bring off Sterling. Actually, we've only got one sub left. We'll save it just in case. Don't really have anyone to bring on the wing anyway. Santos hits it. Roberts couldn't quite find the back of the net there. 30 shots in this game we've had. They've had 4. Once again, we've dominated, but defence has been haphazard today. Actually, the last couple of episodes, I think it generally is a bit more haphazard when I do a live game. Balanta's up to a 7.0 though. He's done okay. We'll make the sub now. Who should we sub off? Van Aken's tired and on a yellow, so we'll bring on Sorensen. He's a very solid centre-back replacement. Van Aken's been touted. Touted, is that the right word? No, PSG are interested in him. They put in a 35 million bid over like 48 months though, 10 million up front. And I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to sign a better guy at the moment. If you want him, I think I've set the asking price as 60 million, and there's lots of clubs interested in him. Someone might come in with that, maybe 50 at most, probably. Then I'd accept and buy a young centre-back. He's only 25 though, and he's in his prime. And he's just such a solid player alongside Balanta. It looks like we're going to win 3-2 here. Not as comfortable as I'd liked, but that's fine. An exciting game for you guys watching, I guess. 3-2. Koval with his first poor performance for me, really. He's been good otherwise. Man of the match from Sterling. Got 1 goal. Roberts with 2 assists and 1 goal. Still only got 9.0 compared to Sterling. Sterling must have caused problems throughout then. And that's good. Good stuff. Burrell with an assist as well, once again. We really did dominate. Should have scored more. But it doesn't matter. We're World Club Champions, guys. Another competition to add to the cabinet and add to my CV. Someone was saying, I mean, in the last video, I think a couple of people said, one person said to move on. Move clubs. 6 weeks were really disappointing. And someone else said, don't move on. I didn't even ask that, to be honest. I'm going to stick with West Ham. This is a long-term save for me. If I continue after this season, I will be just doing season updates though, and starting another season, another series very soon, I think. We'll do that in a bit once I finish recording. But thank you for watching this. Thanks for the support. Please leave a like if you've been enjoying this series and if you enjoyed my win today. The next one will hopefully be maybe a Capital One Cup final. If not, then maybe an FA Cup final or Champions League. If I don't get through to any other finals, I'll give you an end of season review as the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see